Hi, Rocio.
Hi,
Thank, Hiya. Thanks for agreeing to come on and talk to us today. So we're going to talk about a little bit about spirituality and your journey with that, and all about you, really. How does that sound?
um,
All right. So can you start by telling us a little bit about yourself? Who is Rocio?
well, that's a funny question. Rocio, I guess is the first time that I'm going to introduce myself without using all of my credits in my life, like university titles and all that stuff. I'm originally from Argentina. Who am I? Well, I'm in my like 30s at the moment. I live in New Zealand for the last 8-9 years now. I'm a Kiwi now. So
Congratulations. That's quite new.
right? Yes. Yes, I am. Yeah, I am currently single. But I am actually enjoying life a lot. I come from a very strict family and with a lot of things to achieve in my life. And I reach a point in my life of saying, I just want to reach my own goals. And so that's what I've been doing the last 3-4 years. They have been the more exciting, challenging, best years of my life. So, yes, well, that's me.
So, where did your journey with spirituality begin? Kind of what does it mean to you? How has it presented itself for you in your life?
In my life, well, it presented with my mom. My mom started meditating when I was 7-8 years old. So she teach me and my sister on how to meditate. That was due to some family circumstances. So it was her way, her tool to actually go through the circumstances in my life. That it was basically my dad was ill all the time. And I think that that's what was keeping her sane. But at the same time, she was also doing some healing courses. So she will do like a kind, I don't know, back then it wasn't called Reiki or anything like that, but she will always do some energy healing on us. So for me, like a spirit, like all those kind of things, they were always options in my life, and I've never seen them as weird stuff. Or so I was quite open since I was a kid. But then my dad passed away when I was in my early 20s, and I actually decided to get disconnected from all of my spirituality, to be honest. I even went to a guy and asked him, is there something that you can do? Because I started sensing things and I got scared, and I actually didn't know exactly what to do. And there were not many things in my environment like that they will guide me on how to manage my skills. So basically from my early 20s until my early 30s, I did have some glimpses of connecting with spirituality, but it was very strong on my I would say like early 30s, that I actually started feeling connected and started feeling that there was something missing in my life, and that I needed to do something. So that's when I went through a separation with my ex long-term partner. And I think that was like the big trigger on my spirituality. And yes, and then after that, I started doing some courses, and now like there is a lot online now that you can do. And I started resonating a lot with angelic Reiki. And then I did my Akashic record training as well. I'm kind of the kind of spiritual person that needs to go to a training course to actually say, I can do this. And then you sometimes go to those courses and you are like, I was doing this already. But so that's my kind of my spiritual journey. But definitely in the last 2 years, it has been a part of my life, like from my everyday life. And yeah.
Okay. So when you kind of like turned away from it for like those 10 years or so, how did that feel? Did you feel there's something missing, or just didn't bother you, or were you still aware there was something there, or how did that kind of feel?
I kind of felt like lost. Like I did like I went to university. I changed degrees like for 3 times. I knew that what was I was studying, it wasn't for me. It was for my family and just to have the degree there. So I became very complacent with what people wanted from me, and I forgot to actually think about what I want in life. And I think that was the major click that I made. It was like, why am I doing this? It's starting to question myself on, why are you doing this? Why, it feels bad. Why do you keep doing it? Why don't you stop and actually find another way? And yeah, and
so compared to then, would you say you're, I guess the term might be much more tuned in now, or listening, or?
I think I'm more tuned in with myself. I think my spiritual journey is all about connecting with myself and understanding myself and my needs, and actually being brave enough to say that doesn't go for me, or just like learning how to say no. It's like, actually, I don't want to do that. I just want to do this. Now I'm in the journey of actually not caring about what others think, and just saying, actually, this works for me, and if it doesn't work for you, it's all good, but it does for me. So yeah.
Okay. And so if somebody's watching this and they're kind of resonating with some of the stuff you're saying, maybe about being a bit afraid and turning away, but then feeling like they need to come back to it, is there anything in particular that you would suggest, either in terms of courses or a practice or a book or something like that, that might help them in some way just discover more? Obviously it's different for everybody, but somewhere they might look to find some information.
I have like the book that actually made me realize, I actually need to start doing this, was The Celestine Prophecy.
Okay.
Very easy. Like, if you want to start very easy and with a very light, not full on spiritual type of book, that actually gives you like the high level ways of connecting with spirituality. And then from there, you can actually decide what you want to do next. Like, from my point of view, was after I read that book, I realized I actually want to start connecting with angels, for example, or with other beings. And that's when I did my angelic Reiki training. There is a lot of like, you have different type of Reikis, but for some reason that one got my attention. And I started following my intuition on what courses to do. You will realize that you see something and you're like, I'm doing that. So go and do it, because that's actually something inside you saying. And if you see something and then you start like, I'm not sure, maybe it's not that you don't have to do it. It's not the right timing. It's also about having doing the things in the right timings. I read another book, that it was but that one is more like heavy from information. I'm not sure what the name is in English, but I think it's The Interpersonal Life or something like that. Yeah.
Cool.
And that was really good as well. I really liked it. And then I think that you start doing like your work, you start like usually like connecting from here up, and then you actually start doing like the heavy work that it's from your heart down. But for me, it was very liberating, and I started like connecting a lot with my emotions as well. So yeah.
Awesome. So you're staying on the journey now.
I am in a different way, I think. I think that at the beginning you like tend to focus on getting new tools and getting like feeling connected. What does it feel that like, I didn't have any expectations. I think that helped me a lot. Because when you with spirituality, you feel like, oh, I am connected because I feel all of this and all of these beings and blah blah. And sometimes other people, they don't feel all that, but they are very connected as well. So not having expectations when you have it to a course, that would be great. And don't feeling like you need to, some people feel like to awaken into their spiritual journey, they need to go through a very traumatic thing in their life. Actually, I don't think I have been like in a very, we all have traumas in our life, but I haven't had like anything that I would say, oh, this was so traumatic that, and that it can be a mild awakening as well. It doesn't have to be something overwhelming that to feel connected. Yeah.
Okay. What's been the most positive thing that's happened on your journey so far?
Oh my God, healing the relationship with my mom. I think that's the best thing that I did. Yes, I did that through the family constellations, healing. Yeah, it's intense, but it's so rewarding. That was like my biggest achievement. It's actually being fully connected with my mom, and getting all of the benefits of that, right? Being connected with your family, it's one of the main things.
And so your mum's felt this as well through the work that you've been doing, and she's noticed.
Yeah, funny because she was very connected, and then she got like a bit of disconnection in the last few years. And then I started doing all of this work. So we actually started like having chats, and sometimes you need to have hard chats with your family of, hey, look, this happened, and this was, but that actually made her want to do some work on her as well. So when you start talking about the work that you're doing, it's actually you see that a lot of people start asking, and they start saying, oh, can I there's a lot of people that it's scared to go into a place on their own, and you're like, oh, I can go with you, I don't mind. And so
awesome.
Relationship with my family, with all of my ancestors, actually, not just my mom, but my mom in particular, it was the biggest.
Cool. So with the training that you've done, obviously you've done a lot and continue to do a lot of work on yourself and connecting with yourself. Are you working with other people as well?
Yes, I do have some. At the moment, I call them like they're my friends. So I don't have a business. I'm not doing a business out of this at the moment. But I've been doing a lot of Reiki healing, and also doing a lot of healing in the Akashic records.
Right. Awesome. So do you think that you will provide this service more widely anytime soon?
Oh, yes. Yeah. If someone asks me like to actually help them, or to have a reading, or to have a healing, or I'm more than happy to provide any kind of help that they need.
Okay. And if that was the case, somebody watching with this kind of like resonates with you, and they want to find out more about what you do and those types of things, is there a way to connect with you at the moment, or do you prefer they can connect to me and then I can put them in touch if you like, if that's easier for you at the moment?
So I don't have a website at the moment, but I'm planning to build one. But yes, at the moment it will be through you.
Okay. We can do that.
Brain and then come back to me. That would be great.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you would like to add just now? Anything more that you would like to share with people?
Yes, I think that just open up. Doesn't matter your background. Doesn't matter if you have a full-time job. It's not something that takes a lot of time, and it's so rewarding. It's so rewarding. Being like having peace of mind, it's amazing. So people think that sometimes they just have to do this, like, meditations for 3 hours and sitting still and all that stuff. There are a lot of options out there, and it's just find it, whatever it resonates with you. You don't have to be sitting there like Buddha, like for 10 hours. And it will be very good if you do it. But if you don't, if it doesn't resonate with you, there is a lot of other therapies that you can try, and just Google and just ask for some as well, check the reviews and all that stuff before you go to a class, and follow your intuition. Basically follow your intuition.
Awesome. Hey, so thank you very much.
Good
luck on your journey going forward, and no doubt we will talk again soon. So thank you.
No, thank you.
Take care.